Hello and welcome to a double stitch creations tutorial. This is my tutorial to show you how I make my makeup removal rounds or makeup cleaners, and I thought I'd show you how I do that today. So I love using organic cotton for this, and I will put a link in the pattern for the cotton that I use. And this is beautiful, lovely and soft, and this colour is buttercream. There's a lot to choose from. Okay, when I'm making this, I always double my yarn. So I've just literally pulled the end out of the center and the end around here to join them together. So I've got two strands, but we're going to treat them as one. And for this pattern, I use the 6mm hook. And you'll need a pair of scissors and a tapestry needle, and can be handy but not essential is a stitch marker. Alright, so getting started, so I'm using two strands of yarn and I'm going to treat them as one, and I make a slip knot. So I wrap it around my finger twice, I grab the back loop, I leave a tail for weaving in later too, and then I grab the back loop and I pull it over the front loop. Then I grab my tail and I wrap it in front of the loop that is still on my finger, and I once again grab the back loop, pull it over the front loop, and this is what you call a slip knot. You now got this loop that you can put on your hook and tighten and loosen as needed. Okay, now you'll notice it's not tied on my hook, it just glides up and down. And how I hold my yarn, and you will find your own way, but just to show you, so I hook my yarn, my pinky under my yarn like this. I turn my hand and my pointer comes under the yarn here, and then my index finger and my thumb come around and they lightly hold my work here, close to the crochet hook. The closer you hold it to the hook, the easier it is to work. And my pointer is keeping this bit of yarn straight. This is our working yarn, but it's not tight. It's just keeping it straight, keeping the tension. It's just a bit easier. So I'll show you one more time. Hooking my pinky around the yarn like that, turning my hand so my pointer can come under the yarn here, and then my index finger and my thumb come around and hold my work as a guide. So we are now going to chain two, so yarning over. It's called yarn over. You're putting the yarn over the hook, or you're putting your hook under the yarn, whichever way you like to look at it, but it's called yarn over in crochet. You're hooking that yarn and you're pulling it back through the loop on your hook. That's one. And yarning over, pulling it back through the loop on our hook, that's two. Okay, so just take a note of your chain here. I know it's a small chain. We're essentially going to make a circle, right? So we're starting to make, we're going to make a circle so we can do the round, the makeup round. Here's your first chain, and it makes a bit of a V shape. So you're looking for that V shape. We can't crochet into the first chain because it's just going to undo. So this is our hook. It's called second to, in the pattern will say to put 10 single crochets into the second chain from the hook. So here's our hook. This is our first chain. We can't crochet into that. We want to go into this bottom chain. Now just to make it easier, just follow your tail up through that slip knot and grabbing the bottom loop of the chain at the second chain and just pulling it out, so that you make it a little bit bigger. You can tighten it later. This way you can see this is where we're going to put our stitches. So turning, you put your hook into that chain stitch or into that ring we just made bigger, yarn over, pull up, pull that yarn back through that chain stitch, two loops on your hook. Now remember, even though it looks like I've got 4 here, I'm counting it as if I only have one strand. So this is one loop and this is the second. So we've got 2 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through both loops. That's our first single crochet. We want to put 10 into the same spot. So going into that loop in a chain stitch that we made a bit bigger, yarn over, pulling up a loop, 2 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull through both. That's 2, and just keep doing the same thing into the stitch, pulling the yarn back through the chain stitch, 2 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull through both loops. That's 3, 4, 5, we want 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now you can get that end and pull it tight. So you've just made a circle. All right, round 2. So looking, just it pays to take a look. Again, crochet makes a lot of V shapes. So the V shapes represent your stitches, and you'll find that each stitch has a front loop and a back loop. So we want to put our crochet under both those loops. So making sure you pick up the front loop and the back loop of the stitch. You're going to yarn over, pull it back through that stitch, so you've got 2 loops in your hook, then yarn over and pull through both. So that's 1. We want to essentially double this round until we get to 20 stitches. So to do that, we have to put 2 single crochets into every stitch around until we get back to start, and you should have 20. So this is where a stitch marker can come in handy, or a scrap piece of yarn. You just put it in at the first stitch, and once you get back to here to your stitch marker, you should have 20 stitches. So we're going to put another single crochet into the same stitch. So I'm doing 2 single crochets into every stitch. So going into that stitch, yarning over, pulling up a loop, 2 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull through both. So that's 2. Now I'm doing 2 into the next stitch. So going into that stitch, putting my hook under both the front loop and the back loop of the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull through both. Now I'm doing another single crochet into the same stitch. So you're putting 2 into every stitch around. So we're doubling it to get to 20. So just doing 2 single crochets all the way around back to our stitch marker. Just keep going all the way around doing the same stitch, same single crochet. That's all it is. But it makes a really nice makeup removal little round. And the best part about this yarn is that you can throw it in the dishwasher or the wash machine. And it's organic cotton. Beautiful, it's beautiful. Okay, once you get back to the stitch marker, we can count our stitches. And again, I'm just counting the V shapes on top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oops, did I miss one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I did. I missed one. Okay, once you get back to your stitch marker, you should find that you have 20. So I'm just counting the V shape stitches on top. So I'm just counting. So that's a stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so now we're on to round 3, and we're going to continue to make our makeup round bigger. So we're going to still do increase. So to do round 3, it's 2 single crochets into one stitch, then 1 single crochet, then 2, then 1, then 2, then 1, all the way around until we get to 30 stitches. So I'm going to put 2 single crochets into this first stitch. That's 1, 2, and then I'm going to put 1 single crochet into the next stitch. Now you can put your stitch marker in at the very first stitch that you just did. And now I'm doing 2, And I'm just going to repeat this combination till I get back to my stitch marker, and I should have 30. And we're just doing single crochets. So 2, then 1, now 2 stitches, 2 single crochets, then 1 single crochet, now 2, then 1, and 2, and then 1, and just keep repeating that till you get back to your stitch marker. 2, 1, then 2, and then 1, and 2, and then 1, then 2, and then 1, and you can count it here to make sure that you've got 30. Okay, now once you have 30, you can count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, we're up to round 4, which is our last round, and we're just going to put 1 single crochet into every stitch around for each of the 30 stitches. So we're just doing 1 single crochet into every stitch around. So just 1, 2. You can put your stitch marker back in if you have one, and just count it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oops, I skipped a stitch. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. All right. Okay, so once you get back to the start, just cut your yarn, leaving a tail. Okay, once you've cut your yarn, we're going to do what's called an invisible finish, so we have a nice edge to our makeup round. So once you've cut the yarn, just pull the yarn all the way through, grab your tapestry needle, Okay, just skip the next stitch and then just go put your tapestry through both loops of the next stitch after that. So I'm skipping this one and I'm going into this one. And then we're going to go down, put our tapestry needle into the back loop of the very last stitch that we just did, just like this. So you create sort of like a false stitch, and it gives it a really nice finish. Okay, now you can weave the end in the back of your, weave it in and out of the back of your makeup round, just like this, until you feel like it's secure. And once you've done that, you can cut it really close. Now with this center one, pull it nice and tight. Grab your tapestry needle once more and then just weave the ends in and out to stop it from coming undone. So I'm just going in and out of the stitches on the back, just going back and forth. There's no right or wrong here, you just tucking it away, making it more secure. It's going in and out. Just securing it away. All right, and once you're happy with it, you can trim it. And there you have one beautiful organic cotton makeup round that you can now put in the wash if you need to. It will flatten out over time, or you can give it a light press if you want. Hope you enjoyed watching this pattern. And hope you enjoy making your very own reusable makeup rounds. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.